Welcome back to a brand new year in 2025. I am so excited to just show you a whole new year full of amazing designs. And we're going to be working through what I call the why series. Why do we do this? Why do we do that? Like, why are you putting that? Why are you doing this? So I'm going to be answering a lot more questions on our Facebook Live. But before we get started, let me give you a couple of housekeeping items. If you want to save this tutorial and want to do a quick copy paste, if you're on Facebook, click the share button. That'll save it to your Facebook page. If you are on YouTube and catching this as a replay, all you need to do is click the save button. Now, everything's changed. Facebook's gone through some renovations. They've made some changes to some things, and you might not have realized that your notifications have been reset. Let's go ahead and double check those. For Facebook users, all you're going to do is make sure you have liked this page. You're going to do this on whomever you want notifications when they go live, so you're going to have to do it to every single one. It's not going to automatically do it. Make sure you like the page in number 2 that you followed. That's hidden, but it's under those 3 little dots. If you click on that, it opens up a little tiny menu. You just want to make sure, I think it's turn live notifications on or off. If it says off, then you're set. That means that you're all good. It means you don't want to turn them off. So just double check that feature. If you are on YouTube and you want to get notified whenever I upload a new video, super simple. Just click the subscription bell or subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's all you need to do. And I think that pretty much covers all of the logistics going into 2025. I'm going to go ahead and pivot you down so you have an overview view. And then I'll cover the materials, we'll put it all together, and then hopefully it comes out the way that we kind of think it is in our head. We won't know until we actually get this put together. So hang tight, I'm going to pivot you down. Feel free as you come in to say welcome, Happy New Year's. So we're doing, it kind of is a red, white, and black design, but it's going to be different. So I have a lot of users who say, I have a lot of Deco mesh that I don't have enough to do a whole wreath. I don't have enough to do half a wreath. I have like enough that I might be able to get a third. So I'm going to show you what we're going to use on this design, and I'm hoping that it's going to turn out okay. So we're using a 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath frame. I'll go over how to wire this in a second. The 3 types of Deco mesh we're using, yes, 3, is this wide foil red Deco mesh that you can get from Craft Outlet. Everything is cut to 20-inch pieces. So we're going to use some of those. We're going to be using a black and white border mesh. Again, 20-inch pieces. And then finally, wrapping this off with a black and white check Deco mesh. So the way that I've laid out my pipe cleaners kind of helps me determine what's going where, helps keep my thought process going. Our sign is from Craft Outlet, really super simple. It's just like this. It's kind of interesting that the holes, quote unquote, are supposed to be here, but they're actually sealed. It's kind of weird. They didn't quite go all the way through. So this is a 6 by 11.5. It's what's called a waterproof sign. So this is made out of like a plastic so that this can wear really well outside. You can get that at Craft Outlet. And then the ribbon choices I have for you today are the 2.5s, everything from Craft Outlet. Black and white Harlequin, red and white Swiss dot with a furry edge. Those are going to be our 2.5-inch ribbons. Then we are pairing it with, let me get all these in here, this ribbon that says I love you with little hearts on white. We're doing a black velvet. We're doing a red with a white lace edge. And then we are doing the black hearts on red with what I call the black and white film strip. Again, all of them you can get at Craft Outlet. So those are our ribbon choices. I haven't yet decided on embellishments, so we're going to have to wait to see how this all comes together. The first thing we want to do, however, is we're going to finish wiring together the frame. I've already done the first 5 for you. Let me make sure. Okay, come on. I had to get it to go forward. Let me make sure you guys have all the relevant information. So let me do this really quick. Alrighty, come on. It's just taking a little bit. We are having some rain here today. We've had no snow in Washington, where I live, all year. So that's kind of a little different. I'm going to pin my website down below. We'll be referring to this a couple times throughout the live. Put that back in. So, good evening, Jan. Hi, Anna. Hi, Joan. Welcome. So, like I said, I've laid this one out differently. So, as you can tell, I've done red and white on the inside 6, and I've done red and black to the outside. So, we're going to go ahead and finish this last section. So, there are a grand total of 6. We're going to take our red pipe cleaner. We're going to use these welds and just kind of wire this around the 2 inside most rails, just somewhere kind of in the middle. Then we're going to take another red and we're going to wire it on the outside 2. And I'm going to show you how we're going to balance the outside edge pieces. And then we're going to take our black and put it on the other side of the outside 2. This is how I get to that grand total of 18. 6 is on the inside 2. 12 is on the outside 2. What you want to do is make sure the spacing between this and this pipe cleaner is 3 inches. Same thing. Approximately between this and this, 3 inches. And then again, 3 inches here. It just kind of helps you lay out the spacing on your deco mesh and your ribbons as even as you possibly can. Good evening, Donna. Hi, welcome. Okay, so we're going to do the inside 6 first because it's different than what we're going to be doing to the outside 12. So where we have the red, we're obviously going to be placing the red deco mesh. This is a wide foil. It was cut, all the deco mesh was cut with the word burning tool. We're going to pretend that there is a line up the center, and we're just going to gather this towards us in about 1/2 inch increments. It doesn't have to be exact. Somebody had asked once, you know, how thick are you pulling it? And I think I was like, it's about 1/2 inch. We're going to be placing where I have gathered it together right in the center. We are going to give it a couple twists, and then we're going to be removing the 6 inside ones. So I'm going to snip that off, take the leftover edge, tuck that back into the center, and now I'm going to be taking that border mesh, and that is going where the white is. So again, 20-inch pieces. Border mesh is designed so that really all you focus on is the outside colors, because the inside ones are what is being held to the frame either by a tinsel tie floral wire, whatever you want to do. That's where this is going. We're going to tuck that remainder back inside. I'm not going to worry about fluffing those just yet. I'm going to go ahead and get them situated and get them in, and then we will move to the outside. So again, I'm just gathering them in very small little bunches. I'm not pulling a ton of mesh towards me. That's what gives it that ruffle, and you kind of want a lot of those. If you don't really do that, you won't have ruffles. You'll kind of have a wave. Like it's more wavy than like a ruffle. Something like that. Okay. So like I said, this is designed to help you, because some people say, can you mix and match, deco mesh? And so yes, I've done it quite a few times. I've used up to 6 different types of deco mesh on a wreath at one time, just in different color combinations. I've layered some, I've added some with curls. So this one we're doing this way. Again, tucking the end back towards the center. We'll finish up with the last 2 pieces. And I know you guys might look at it and go, well, it kind of looks a little bit like a pancake wreath. Yeah, it does. But the difference between a pancake wreath and this setup is the pancake wreath only has 12 pieces of deco mesh. This one has 18. So it's designed to give you a more full look, whereas the pancake wreath is designed to give you a more flat look so that you can fit them between those storm doors. Okay, last piece going in right here. And this is the last piece of our border mesh. We're going to lay that right down in here. Couple twists. We'll cut off what remains. Tuck that little pipe cleaner back to the center. So there's our inside 6. So the outside, this is where it's going to be a little different. We have our red, which is obviously where our red's going, and now the black is going to be that plaid black and white checked deco mesh. So let's get our red in first. So what I'm doing is I'm completing each of the 6 sections to the outside, and these are going right on top of what we have laid into the center. The center kind of acts as a filler for us. And then we're going to just take the edges, fold them over. I'm going to take my pipe cleaners and get them ready. I'm not removing them. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab our black and white check, because this will help tie the sign into the outside a little bit more. And we're going to go ahead and lay this right over the top. Get that all the way down to the frame. Couple twists. And then again, bend your ends. Okay. And then get your pipe cleaner ready for your next piece. This piece right here, because it's going to go over our red, I'm going to move my red out of the way. I'm going to kind of overlap it right here and make it go above and just below this piece here. We'll go ahead and attach our red. To the inside. And you could do red, white, and black if you wanted on the entire thing, and just alternate those colors all the way around. I really wanted to focus the red and black and white in a different combination. Okay, and then doing the same thing, getting that all ironed out. And then I'm going to come over, make away from my black, and then also make away from my red. So I'm going to pull these up to the center. Okay, so now our black and white. Straight up. I'm going to go ahead and add that down here. Nice tight 2. Again, get your pipe cleaners ready. Just like so. And then we're going to do that same thing because we've got that overlap as we're coming into the next section. We don't have a piece of Deco mesh to go right in the center. So we're going to kind of lean on the other black and white piece to help us do that. Okay, laying that right on the inside. 2 twists. Get that all situated. And then again, go back into the center. We're going to find our black and find our red. And get those ready for the next 2 pieces coming in. What do you guys think of this layout? I know it's way different. But if you guys are like me, I have a lot of Deco mesh that I don't really want to throw away because there's just enough that I could use them, whether I decide to add them in as curls. I just hate throwing away. I don't know if you guys are like me. I just don't like throwing things away. Okay. Folding straight up and down. Let's go ahead and get this other piece in. I'm going to push that red back because this needs to go right over the top. Two full twists, and then I can go ahead and open this to the full extent it was designed for. Same thing, up and down. All that's doing is giving myself the opportunity to prep the for the ribbon that's going to come through here. And I'm going to do this thing, pull it to the top, pull this towards the bottom. We're doing our black and white first. Okay, laying this right on in. Man, I've missed designing a lot. When you're out of it for a bit with the holidays, all I've been doing is researching. Just looking for new ideas. I'm trying to come up with a plan into the first quarter of 2025 with new designs, things that give you more for your money as far as your wreath designs go. So you guys will see those happening next week. So I'm finishing up the last of the Valentines, and I know you're like, wow, it's just, you know, it's January. And it's like, yeah, but Valentine's Day is selling right now. So we want to make sure there is stuff in our shop if people are looking. So again, I'm splitting these so I can get those around. And so this was an interesting design I saw somebody use. And so I was like, I'm going to try that. And I started thinking, that's a perfect way to use up leftover mush. Okay, fanning this out again, straight up and down. Let's get this piece in. This is our last red, and then we have one more piece of the black and white. Squishing that in. I think a lot of people are still on vacation. people, I think a lot of people took an extended vacation because those, you know, this holiday kind of like flopped right in the middle. So a lot of people who had extra vacation time just extended it right into that weekend. Okay, we're going to squeeze our last piece in right in here. So I want to make sure I get those out of the way so we can get that in. And I promise you it's not orange, it is red. Oops. Okay, and we're going to lay this right inside, right on the top. And 2 twists. And then we're going to go ahead and pull this out. Again, make sure it's all nice and floofy. You can decide how you want to lay it, if you want more black and white to be more predominant, so that when you lay your sign, this is going to start pulling those different colors in. I think for me, I want my red to be more predominant. So what you want to do is just tuck, like how we have the 2 on the end. We want to make sure that the red is on top and the black and white is underneath. So just wherever we've added those to the outside, we're going to just pull the red to the top. I'm going to grab these right here. I'm just grabbing the top piece and laying that right over. Again, right in here, tucking the black and white in and laying the white. And I'm going up underneath this one because there's just looked odd. And we'll pull this up, inside, inside, and we want to grab this one because this was the last piece that went in. I don't know why my pipe cleaners came with me, but they did. And we're just going to put those to the back. So now I've got more red featured, and black and white just kind of becomes a little subdued color. So we're going to go around and we're going to add our ribbon tails, and we're going to do opposites. So I'm thinking, let me look. Get rid of my pipe cleaners that just keep wanting to sprout legs. So all the ribbon, like I said, craft outlet. So the 1.5 inches are all cut to 19 inches. And the 2.5 inches are all cut to 14-inch pieces. And I think what I want to do is I want to lay the black and white on the red. So let's see how that goes. I'm folding them in half first to find the true center. And then I'm going to go through. We're going to add these here. I'm just going to fan those to the outside edge. Taking the 19-inch pieces, we're bringing the dovetailed edges together, go up to the top, pinch in at about 2 inches, okay? Then we're going to place that right in the center of our pipe cleaner. And we're going to give it a couple twists, twists, twists. You could come back in if you wanted to and add red, white, and black scatters and fillers to our pipe cleaner ends. I'm not going to. I'm going to remove those, and then I'm going to take that leftover pipe cleaner and wrap it around to the back. I have to always right side the wrong portion of my ribbon. Hi, Joan. And we're just going to fan these out like this so that we can see both sides. So there is our harlequin. And then let's see how that red and white plays on top of this black and white. So I'm going to pull my ribbon back a bit. We're going to take the Swiss dot. We're going to go right up the center. This is why we had our pipe cleaners set up this way. 2 twists. We'll fan that out. And then we're going to take this lace ribbon. It reminds me of Valentine's Days. Like the cards you used to make in school, where you did like the little paper doilies. That's what it reminded me of. And we're going to do the same thing here. Twist, twist, twist. Remove that. Do the same thing. Tuck that right behind. Go ahead and open the loop. And then fan these 2 out. And so that is the look we are striving for as we go around. So I'm going to go back over here, and again on the red we're adding our Harlequin. Gather up the center. Couple twists. Fan that to the outside. I'm always making sure that my hearts are facing up on this side because that's the side we see on our print. And we're going to go ahead, give it a couple twists, remove the end, take it around back, and then we're going to flip this over just like so. Just like so. And you can still bring these over so that everything is still seen. We'll make all of those adjustments at the very end, depending upon what your preference is. Some people may prefer to have more of the red and white, not as much of the black and white present. Okay, I'm going to take that Deco mesh up. I'm going to bring this one down a bit so I can get my ribbon to lay more flat, because I really want that heart pattern to be seen. 2 inches up, we're going to put this in. Remove the leftovers and tuck that around back. Open up our loop. And then just make sure those fan out. And you can just reposition your Deco mesh ruffles wherever you'd like, so you can get that full exposure. And we'll go ahead and lay this right on the inside. There we go. Back to our heart shape. I love this ribbon. I have it in like all 3 colors. I have it with the black, I have it with the white, and I have it with the red. But I'm running short on the other 2. Go around the back. Open this top. Again, depending upon what you like where, just go ahead and position what ribbon you want to showcase your design. Kind of having these just kind of flip-flop a bit. Totally new design for this one. It just features black, white, and red. I have done a black and white and red for Valentine's Day before, and I like the depth that the black brings. This always looks great on a black door too, because the red really pops against the black, and then the black just complements your door. Remove that. And you have to be careful with the lace ribbon though, because where they've glued it on, that lace edge could come off fairly quickly. So this is definitely like, the color scheme on this could be Alice in Wonderland, like the Queen of Hearts. I'm trying to think of where else you could use this. The color theme. This could definitely be like a casino themed wreath. I wouldn't use the heart ribbon. I guess you could if you really love casinos and cards and all that stuff. It could be how people met. We've done that before. I haven't done any since. Okay, I'm going to pull this lace over the top. Still make our Harlequin prominent. And this one I'm going to actually pull the red back a bit. Otherwise we will completely miss seeing our ribbon a bit right there. And it might look confusing because you're like, what is she making? I don't even know. Looks like it could be Alice in Wonderland wreath. It's not, but it could be. You could definitely go with the same color palette in ribbons, and that would look amazing together. Right up the center. And then fan those back out. Adding this back in. Gathering those together. This is kind of like that weird week where nobody really knows what day it is. Like all day yesterday I kept thinking it was Monday, 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 and I'm like, it's not. Even today I felt like it was Monday, and I'm like, no, it's Thursday. It's Thursday, right? So I kept telling myself, it's Thursday, right? Just feels off. Gather straight up the center. Again with the lace, and then we'll be down to our last pair of ribbon combos. So I'll get this one all tucked in. Kind of tuck that back. Kind of tuck that back a bit. And just making sure I've got those. Last Harlequin. Tuck that in. And our last heart ribbon. Please tell me I'm not the only person who feels like this week is just weird. Going around the back. Lifting this over. And I'm pulling that back over so I can see the black and white. And here's the last combo. And then we can move on to the bow making, which should be super simple. It'll be nice to add some black velvet. Feels like Saturday to you all week, Joan. Thank you for that. Yeah, I kept like waking up going, what day is it? What day is it? Okay, last one. So this is, like I said, where you can come back in and decide, hey, I want, you know, more hearts to be on the top, over the lace, whatever your heart's desire is. You can go ahead and make that decision. Like that. I want those featured on the top. So here we go again. I'm just going around and making sure everything is visible so you can see everything. Heart, heart, heart. Okay, we're good. All right, I'm going to set this aside and we're going to build our bow. Trying to push my rubber handle back. And we'll have to fix the sign because the sign was not featured all the way in. So we're going to take our Swiss dot with the little snowball edge. We're going to dovetail the ends, which is just bring your wired edges together. You're going to cut on this folded line down to this wired point. And depending upon where you come up on that fold determines the depth of how deep your dovetail is. I like mine pretty predominant. And we're going to measure out, I'm using my Bodabra. We're going to measure out 10 inches. And then we're going to gather. And we're going to twist. And we're going to lay that right inside my Bodabra. I now want to make a 5.5 inch loop. So I'm just going to kind of guess right here and twist. But then I'm going to take my Bodabra, who's got a center right here. I'm going to center this right on the 10 inch mark on my cutting mat. And then when I pull these out, I want to make sure that it ends at 5.5 inches. And once I have that, I can do it on the other side. Same way. Put it on your 10 inch line, stretch it out, see where it winds up, and then go ahead and cut at 10 inches, do your dovetail, and then we're done with our first ribbon. That's in. Okay, now we're going to take our Harlequin print. This is on that satiny ribbon, so it's not on canvas. It has some pretty good weight on the wire edge. It's pretty thick. So we're going to dovetail the end. That was pretty sloppy. And that's what has a tendency of happening on this ribbon is it slips. We're going to do 9.5 inches. We're going to gather. We're going to twist. And now we're going to go for 5 inch loops. Hi, Carol. And we're going for 5 inch loops. So I'm going to bring it back to my 10, stretch it out a little over. So I bring it back, do the same thing here, bring it over, stretch this out, pull it back as I need to, and then from here I'm going to cut at 9.5 inches and do my dovetail end. Okay, go. There we go. Joan says the rubber handle keeps slipping on my cutters too. Been tempted to put a dot of or super glue under the rubber to prevent it from slipping. Yeah. I don't know what's up with that. Something, because it should not be happening. Hi, Elizabeth. She says, I didn't think we were going to see you till next week. Yeah, I know. And then I was like, oh, I want to do a wreath tutorial. And I didn't get a chance to do the wreath for my Wreath of the Month group. So this is that design, which was for December. So I'm still working out the kinks in that group too. So I thought, oh, I'll just do it here. So I'm dovetailing this one. This is that I Love You ribbon. So it's pretty critical that I keep my words going the same direction. But you're going to notice that right here where I gather and I twist, here's the I love you this way. The minute that I take it and go up and over, it's now upside down, which is not good. All you have to do, really simple, is just twist it back around. It's really simple. It's a simple fix. So I've got my we're doing 4.5 inches, sorry. And then we're doing 4.5 here. So always measuring, pulling that out. And then this one's going to end right here at the heart at 9 inches. This is like that Harlequin. It's the slippery satin type ribbon. And I need to just cut that end off square. There we go. Okay. Now you can see that the I love you is going the same way without having to cut the ribbon. You cannot do it with a vertical print without cutting the ribbon. So now we're going to do our black velvet, which is always very elegant. So cutting our dovetail end. We are now measuring 8.5 inches for our tail length. And I'm going to do the same. I'm going to do 4.5 on here. And since the I Love You ribbon's already done at 4.5 inches, I'm just going to put my fingers in and then pull and just make sure I have the same length, because we already measured the bottom. But because I still need to bring my tail out and measure that at 8.5, I want to do that. Okay. It's a surprise, Elizabeth. Surprise! I'm here. I won't be here tomorrow, though. So this is our Friday live. But I only felt like, hey, we need to come back. And then next week we're regular schedule. So I'm going to dovetail the lace. And this one's going to be measured, our tail, at 8 inches. And we're going to twist. And now we're going to measure out 4 inches for our loops. So we want to bring that in. But we want to verify we're at 4 inches, because it just makes fluffing your ribbons so much easier. Because one of my biggest pet peeves when I started out is that, you know, sometimes my loops were not the same size. You're so welcome, Elizabeth. Yes. Holidays were quiet. It was weird though. We had no family. like we touched base with family. It was just a really off Christmas, kind of like it was last year, because our kids are now grown, and for the most part they kind of live kind of far away, where traveling to see each other during Christmas is really hard. So this last one's going to be 7.5 inches for our tail length. And then we're going to do 3.5 inches for our loop length. So I want to measure, bring that around. We're almost at 4 there. And then back out here to 7.5. And then we can dovetail. And then all those ribbons are done. They can go back on my shelf. I've had all these ribbons just like lining up all along my shelf. So there is that. We are going to use a black pipe cleaner. So I have it bent into a U shape so that when I pick this up, and I'm just going to drop this right on the inside, I'm going to hold it at the bottom and then just twist my entire stack. And we're going to get our fluff board and fluff that out. Oops. Trying to make sure I'm cleaning up as I go. Okay, so I am just taking the C-hook. I'm going to loop that right on. So all this does is keep my ribbon from moving. We are doing an upper left bow, which means that we need to conquer and divide our ribbons starting at the bottom. We're going to take our loop, move it to the left, and the tail to the right, and then go over to the other side of the stack, find the same ribbon. We're going to move the tail to the left and the loop to the right. Now they're directly opposite of each other. Okay, now we're going to take the harlequin and we're going to move the loop to the right, tail to the left. Go do that over here, opposite. Okay. Now, we kind of have to almost watch this because we don't want red and white to stay on top of red and white. I don't think it will initially. Let's see. Let's change it right here. Let's take, I don't know, let's follow the suit. Let's just keep following red and white. I'm looking at how it's going to go. There's black, there's red and white, there's black. Let's keep going. Let's see what ends up happening. This is odd. Just because we've done it, normally I like mix it up, but I'm going to just follow this path today. Here's my black velvet that follows our black. Okay. Do it on the other side. This one, I have it opposite. I need to. And I just pulled my tail right there. I was pulling too hard and I pulled it. Okay, so there's that. Now from here, I think I'm going to switch it. I'm going to go back on the red and white on the black velvet. Okay. Okay, girl, you seriously messed this up. Okay. I'm trying to get all of my ribbons where they're supposed to be. Okay, now we're putting the red and white on top of our black, and then our black is going to go right here on top of the red. Okay, hang tight. This is what it looks like right now. So we're going to go right here, to the left, to the right. Here's those. And this is going on top of the I love you ribbon. Here's all our tails. There's all our loops. So from here, we're doing crisscross pattern. Okay, we're lifting up the top two. Do it here. Okay, forget the tails right now. From here, you can decide whether you want the I love you in the middle or you want the black velvet. I think I kind of want the black velvet in the middle. So I'm just gonna move the I love you to the outside edge. So this is gonna come up in between. This is gonna come up over here. Okay, just like so. And then the bottom, I have my Swiss dot coming in between these two, and then the Harlequin is kind of coming in between those, just like that. Sometimes it's hard to get your fingers in the bottom ones. So just really elevate them, get them lifted up. And then from here, we are just going to grab our tails. We're going to put them between our fingers and we're just going to lift them. And that is going to put those little arches or arc back into our ribbon, which looks great once we put it on our wreath, and it just kind of follows the path of that ribbon all the way down. So I am just laying out all my tails, just like so. It's kind of hard because I have a pipe cleaner there, so it gets stuck on the pipe cleaner. So just like that, you have a really gorgeous black and white Valentine's Day ribbon. Okay, I'm going to pop that off. We are going to address this line. Because remember I said this one has holes in the end, but they don't go all the way through. So, and it's not a paper back. It's plastic back. So I'm going to pull out my rotary cordless tool. You guys have seen me use this before. I am looking for my drill bit that goes in here. So it's the biggest one. And you just press down on this button. This allows you to open up that bit to put your drill bit in. And you can tighten that down. Once you let go of this, it's locked in there. And then from here, you have 5 speeds. So hitting the plus. I've got it up to speed number 4. So I just cut away that plastic. So now you can see there's a hole. There's an official hole there now. So I'm just going right in here. And I just pop that hole out. I think I am going to probably use this one, and I'm going to probably put a hole in the bottom. So from here, I'm going to use my ribbon holder and my drill bit box, and I want the corner steady. So the nice thing about this drill is I can actually put my own holes in plastic or wood signs. Let's go ahead and turn this off. I'm going to take my bit out, place that back inside. It's always good to put your stuff away, because then when you need them, it's all there. So this is just a Hardell cordless rotary toolkit. It is invaluable for us as crafters, because sometimes, like you saw, things don't work out the way they should. I'm going to go ahead and attach a business card to the back. I'm going to put it right over their QR code, because I have my QR code going in. So I'm just going to add that right in here. That way they don't have to worry about keeping the business card, because we know they get easily misplaced. Let's go ahead. I'm going to use floral wire. I'm going to take about 14 inches is about what I do. And you just get this, it's 22 gauge wire. You get it from Joann's or Michael's. I think this one came from Michael's. And I'm going to just go right where I added that hole down here in this corner. So I have that down. And I'm going to take my wire. And I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see right over that hole. I'm just going to twist my wire. Just like that. It's got a little bit of a lip on it. I'm going to come over here and do the same. This one's got a bigger hole, so it's easier for you to see. Making sure I've got equal lengths, but still the same process. Building right over the hole. All I'm doing is just twisting the wire directly over the hole. And as I'm doing that, it's building like a small little spiral, which elevates my sign and keeps it to the back. So we're going to bring our wreath back over. We're going to add our sign right to the center. Look how gorgeous that looks. Bet you guys didn't think it was going to look that good, right? Come on, be honest. Okay. So I'm going to look. Here is one of my pipe cleaners that's already to the center. I'm going to use that as a location for my deco mesh, or for my sign. This will be the bottom half. And I want to make sure I have it to where it's going through the deco mesh. I'm going to pull this over. I'm going to kind of pull that up. Position this kind of where I want it to go. I'm just doing a half a twist, and then up here, here's the other one. We're going to go ahead and take that in. And all I'm doing is moving my deco mesh around so that my wire goes through the mesh and not in between the gap where there is none. Just pull that up. And give that one a couple twists. And as you can see, our sign is all nice and pretty, all nestled right in the center. We're going to go ahead and place our bow right about here. So with all this deco mesh right here, our bow would sit elevated about 2.5, if not 3 inches above the sign. So I'm going to pull the ribbon loops forward, and all I'm going to do is take my mesh right here, and I'm just tucking it under my sign. It gives it a nice little lift to keep my sign from sinking. I'm just going to tuck this one just till we get the bow in, because if not, it's going to sit way up here. So it's going to kind of go right here in the center. And remember, we focused really well on making sure our I love you was straight. So if we do this, we have our I love you. But it's funny, it's like the tails have it upside down, but the loops are right side up. Depends on whatever you want. Do you want it I love you on the tails, or do you want it, I kind of like it the way I had it, right in here. So I'm going to have this kind of border the edge of my sign, which means I got to get a big chunk of all that wireframe down below. So there's one. Trying to get the other one in. And I'm going to push just till I get some resistance. I'm going to give it twist, twist, twist. And then now I can maneuver where I want all of my loops to wind up. Just like that. And I've got my I love yous going in the right direction. Just like this. And so far it looks okay. It's easier for me just to kind of hold it my way and just position it the way I want. Okay. So now there is all the things as far as ribbon, a bow, and other stuff. But let's add a couple embellishments to this that I have pulled out from here. So I have some little red hearts, which I think are a nice addition. Let's see, I'm not sure if I want to add red balls. I like the adding the red hearts down on the opposite sides of the sign. Let's see, we have 1, 2. I'm trying to see how many I have. Let's pull those out. We have 4. So we could, oh, those look really nice under the red. Like I really like those underneath the red. So I think I'm going to add them underneath the red. I'm going to remove the little ornament hangers because I don't want to see those. And so my touch point is down here at the bottom. So I'm adding a touch of glue and gluing that right underneath. I'll show you. Right underneath these. So it's going underneath the white lace because this already has the hearts on it. So removing those, seeing where that's going to touch right here on the upper back part. So just kind of right here. And tuck that right underneath because we've already got the hearts there. And we'll do the same here. Oop. It's just like, I'm just adding like, it's almost like a little heart shape dab of glue underneath. Always make sure your ribbons are fluffed before you put that in. Like, make sure everything's where you want it to be. Oh, thanks, Elizabeth. She says, looking beautiful. Okay. Right underneath. Making sure I'm trying to fluff and remove glue threads as I go. Pivoting all the way around. Okay, same thing. just like so. Okay, we'll add the 2 to the sign. So I'm just going to kind of turn them at an angle. So I'm just going to put my fingers in that so I can cut that. We're going to have one here at the bottom the whole duration. I'm like, how did I have that? I had it like that. Just like that. And then this one will go up in this corner. Okay. Plus it helps me hide the hole that is in that sign way up here that we didn't use. So this one will go right up there. Just like that. Nice and pretty. And then I have, believe it or not, a nice little glitter red heart. I only have one, so we're going to put that right in the center of our design. Kind of like the other side better. So just like that. We've attached the side pieces, and I think I'm good. I'm actually going to save these for a different design that we're doing for Valentine's Day, and that'll be next week, so I don't want to use everything. But the glitter hearts, I think those came from Michael's. You might be able to get them at the Dollar Tree. I don't know. But I love the way this turned out. It's so gorgeous. No worries, Cheryl. So I am going to show you this on the door. So I'm going to pivot you up. Hi all. Okay, we're going to take this one down. And we're going to put up our other one. Our black and white, because this is going to go on the black door. So you're going to see how stunning this looks on a black door. And so what I like to do is I don't like my ribbons in a photo to go down and around. We do when it's on the door. But for here, we want to make sure that everything is seen. So we want to make sure that we have all of our ribbon tips facing out, just like this. So we can see that it goes all the way around, just like so. Okay, I think I moved it slightly off. There we go. I'll zoom in so you guys can see it. Whoop. That should be about it. It is actually red. For some reason, the camera just like wants to show orange, but it's not orange. And I need to adjust that. I don't think I can do anything to it now. Let me look if I can adjust that. Hang on, I'm just looking. Can we get that to be the true red? And it's funny because that's daylight. Nope. Is that a little bit better? You guys are going to see me playing with all the different colors. That still looks orange. And that's fluorescent. And that doesn't look much difference. I'm just looking for the right color match. Because I'm trying to get that red to really pop red. That looks better. That looks red, I guess. I'm going to zoom out so you guys can all see. But pops quite nicely, right? But it's so funny. When I take a picture of this, it looked totally different. I don't know why. Can you show the wreath you just took off the door? Joan says. The one tonight's very pretty. Absolutely. So this one is the one that we made last week. This one just says welcome sugar New sign from Craft Outlet, a lot of new ribbons from Craft Outlet. We added some sweet candy because I don't associate cupcakes with Valentine's Day, but I do associate candy, so we just added that as our own touch. This is available in my shop. Also, that one is available in the shop. All you see is the sign because we didn't know what it was going to look like. But yeah, they're both 36. They're both 26 inches in diameter and about 5.5 to 6 inches tall. So that is that. Yeah, it is, right? We incorporated curls with ruffles on that one just to show you combo techniques because we haven't done that in a while. And so this was taking odds and ends of Deco mesh and changing up the color palette to get that to go with red, white, and black instead of just doing the whole thing in a solid red. And it's weird because you kind of are like, where's the red Deco mesh? And it's like, it's all right here. You can see all the Deco mesh. You can see it all in here. But hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. You will see me next week back at our regular scheduled time. So it's going to be, I think, it's Tuesdays at 4 Pacific, and on Thursdays, I'm going to flip it and probably go at like, I think I'm going to do it at 2 p.m. because we were scheduling it at Fridays at 5 and like nobody's there. Everyone's like off doing things with their family. So we're going to go back to Thursdays, but at 2. I'll give you guys updates on that, and then I'll give you what we're going to be working on all next week as well. But enjoy your first weekend of 2025, and I promise you, I've got lots of new things coming just for you that you've never seen before. So can't wait to bring them to you. If I could, I'd do them all today, but I can't. Have a blessed day, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye for now, everyone.